The other thing you want to be conscientious of, you don't want to be in an area where there's too many worms, because now your fly is getting lost amongst millions. It's amazing how even the little fish pull, huh? They're just such powerful fish in shallow water. You know what I say? The small ones grow up to be the big ones, right? Got purple on him. Beautiful fresh fish. Good job, Big Brad. Oh, see him? See him eat that? Did you see him take that fly, buddy? This is a better fish.
The weather would worsen on Ninigret Pond, but the fishing wouldn't for Fly Fish RI's Bob Hines and friend Brad Gage.
You can see we've got a pretty cold, raw, rainy, windy night. Lots of worms and lots of fish, so. It's got some girth though. It's not a bad fish. Look at the worms. See the worms he just spit up? You think he's been feeding on them? Life is good. That's a better fish. I'm just casting blind. I don't really see a whole, oh, there's one there. They're around. They're just gonna come around and eat the worms. And the other thing that we do when we fish the worm hatch is to put all the odds in our favor. We'll fish 2 flies. As you can see, we'll fish what we refer to as the dropper fly, which is this darker red fly. And then off that, we'll also have a tail fly. What that does by fishing 2 flies is it increases your odds. The tail fly that has the foam tail on it actually floats higher up in the water column or right up on the surface. So when the fish are feeding up on the top, just like they are right now, they may be more apt to take that foam fly. Or as the worms are starting to emerge or start to ascend to the top, they may take the dropper fly, which is a little bit lower underneath the surface of the water. Oh yeah, that's a better fish. It's a better fish. She's on. I don't have the anti-reverse Billy Pate reel tonight. The old knuckle busters. If I fall in, don't get it on film. Ah, this little fish is giving me all this problem. Oh, you know why he's giving me all this problem? Because I got him and his cousin. Hey, look I don't catch many, but when I catch them, I get 2 at a time. And we got a triple. That was a dead drag. Look at this, I got 2 on, Brad's got 1 on. That's a triple. Another twofer. See, this guy's trying to come in, the other guy won't let him. I guess that's proof in the pudding though, huh, with the flies? Yeah. Because every time you bring in, you strip your flies in, you want to check them. If you look at this tail fly that we're using, it has a foam tail. And sometimes what happens is with the wind and the casting, that tail can actually get wrapped around the bend of the hook. So consequently, when that comes in, it's not coming in natural like the worms. So you want to always make sure your flies are swimming properly. Here, fishy, fishy. Thank you. Thank you for hitting my fly, Mr. Fish. The foam fly, Brad, works better when it's calm. Okay. But, I mean, we're catching fish on it now too, but. Another double. Another fly fish Rhode Island striper. Small one. See the sea lice? All covered with lice. That's a good sign. See it? Fresh out of the ocean. You are like the man. Boy, that was a nice fish that just came up. There's some good ones mixed in. Oh, that's good. That's a good fish. That's it. Oh. Go on. Oh, it's just for the grab. All right, Brad. No takers here, huh?
And there can be too many worms.
Worm swarm like this is going to be. Look at them. Virtually. Look at that. It's just tons and tons and tons. So, I think to increase our catchability rate, I think we need to move to an area where there's less worms, even though there are a few fish feeding on them. So if we get off to the edge of them, cast our fly where there's less worms, I think we'll do well.
And the strategy worked.
I took that one like right off the stern. Are you seeing any of where you're casting? Okay, let's see what happens. Took the foamy. Holy moly. Hey, we got a double, Brad. Yeah, baby. Now we're back in the zone. Look at that sky clearing up. We're gonna have to put sunscreen on here in a minute. Yeah, baby. There's one there. Another one there. I'm gonna have you in the fish here in about 1 minute, Brad. All through here, look at them. See what happens just by moving 30 or 40 feet? You casting blind over there, or you just seeing a few? Good. That didn't take long. That was the first cast, right? When we moved? Oh, this is not a bass. This is a shad. Shad? Hickory shad. See what happens, the hickory shad get mixed in here with the bass. They like the worms too. Different species of fish, but they're a lot of fun on a float.
The weather got better, and the fishing stayed good all afternoon long.
Yeah, if anybody's going to get started in fishing the worm swarms in the spring of the year on these estuaries, there's a couple of things that you really have to understand. First of all, you have to find the worms, and the worms are going to hatch out in an area where the water temperature is anywhere between 57 and 60 degrees. That's critical. And you want to find a spot where there's eelgrass growing out of the mud. That's where the worms are going to start to hatch out of. What you're going to need to do is try to hit different coves within the body of water that you're fishing, because it's predicated on water temperature. The fish could be feeding on worms in one cove and not even feeding anywhere else in the estuary. So you got to move around quite a bit. So it's good if you have, you know, a boat or a kayak or a canoe. Hey Brad, thanks for coming down, man.
Hey,
it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
So
well, you told me about it for 3 years.
Just don't go back and tell all your friends that we caught a mess of fish down here.
Yeah, we'll keep this our little secret, Bob. If you want to hook up with the captain, well, go to flyfishri.com. You'll also get a chance to see more of his videos. Still to come, we take a look at a new state record, Hall of Fame, and near world record striped bass. That's straight ahead on Boat World's Fishing the Ocean State.